Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha. In a somewhat unexpected turn of events in the lawsuit against Alex Mauer, the judge presiding over the case has denied all motions filed by Leonard for Mauer's response to be stricken, for default judgment, and for any sanctions to be leveraged against Mauer. In the order filed earlier today, the court posted the following. Upon consideration of plaintiff's motion to strike the answer of Alex Mauer and/or motion for contempt, it is ordered that the motion is denied. Plaintiff's motion was prompted by Mauer's one-day late filing of the answer. The court is putting Mauer on notice that it expects deadlines to be met. See Naughton v. Hermelick. Litigants representing themselves are entitled to a certain degree of latitude in their pleadings, but they are not free to ignore deadlines. The court will not, however, strike a pro se litigant's answer or sanction that pro se litigant because the answer was filed a day late. Plaintiffs are not going to achieve victory by default here against a defendant who is clearly interested in defending herself. Moreover, the court disagrees with plaintiffs' contention that the one-day delay has prejudiced their claims. Plaintiffs assert that they are in genuine need of prompt relief because they cannot develop their video game while this litigation is ongoing. But plaintiffs are not unique in asserting they need a quick resolution to litigation, and there is no order from this court which is keeping plaintiffs from developing their video game. Finally, if plaintiffs believe that this litigation will be sped up by having a default entered, possibly followed by a motion to set aside the default with its attending briefing and potential appeal, plaintiffs have miscalculated. The court also declines to hold Mauer in criminal contempt or impose Rule 11 sanctions, either of which would be a draconic sanction here. In addition, a Rule 16 conference has been scheduled by the judge for November the 8th, giving us yet another several weeks before the next stage. And for those of you that are not aware, a Rule 16 conference is for pretrial scheduling and management. It would seem that, in spite of the sheer and utter ridiculousness of it all, the judge is predisposed to give Mauer the benefit of the doubt at quite literally every turn and then some. It's honestly surprising at this point just how far the judge has already bent over backwards to accommodate Mauer in this regard. Now, I can understand the allowance for a late filing means it is pro se, but I have a hard time comprehending this allowance means 2 full months had already been given. However, in this document, you can tell that the leeway being afforded to Mauer will not be extended indefinitely. Also, the overall tone of this order almost feels a little hostile, basically stating if you think you're going to sneak this through, you've got another thing coming. So, while yes, I know this is an extremely short video, all things considered, there's not a whole lot to talk about here. The end that we have all been hoping for is nowhere near being in sight, and it seems that fateful day is moving further and further away, not closer. This has got to be especially frustrating for Don and Leonard, who I know were expecting to have this finished a bit more rapidly. Still, I would urge everyone not to lose faith, and I would urge patience moving forward. It would seem the judge could possibly be on Mauer's side, and if that is the case, Leonard and Don could be facing a more uphill battle than we had anticipated. But as always, please do feel free to let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.